Good evening. We're going to talk about Claude Debussy, and our team is composed by Cassandra, me, and Lizette. Archie Claude Debussy is a French composer. He was born into a poor family in Saint-Germain-en-Laye, France, on August 22nd, 1862. He began taking piano lessons at the age of 7 and entered the Paris Conservatory between the ages of 10 and 11 years old. His style was considered innovative and strange in school. In 1880, Natalia de Bonmec hired Claude Debussy to teach piano to her children. With her and her children, Debussy traveled Europe, gaining exposure to Russian composers who will greatly influence his work. When he was 22, he won a composers competition with his cantata "The Prodigal Child" in the Prix de Rome. By winning this, he was able to study 3 years in Rome.
In 1890, he attended to the Paris World Exposition, where he got to know the Javanese gamelan. The Javanese gamelan is a musical ensemble composed by instruments like bells, gongs, metallophones, and xylophones. So he mixed some of the gamelan characteristics with his own style and created a whole new sound. He had a very troubled early life, which later reflected on the passion on his works. He married his first wife, Rosalie Textier, in 1899, who would later attempt suicide by shooting herself. Debussy based many of his compositions around poems and paintings. For instance, Prélude à l'après-midi enfant and La Demoiselle Elue. La Demoiselle Elue was based on The Blessed Damoiselle, and these compositions I have mentioned are the most famous of his career.
Okay, so another of his achievements was the writing of the opera Pelea et Mélisande, which basically revolutionized the concept of the leitmotif made by Richard Wagner, which is basically putting in elements of music when something recurring in an opera, in this case, happens. So when a character comes into the play, you know it's happening and you know exactly what's happening because of the music that is playing. But he then later decided to step away from this idea to make more of his own personal style. In his final life, he married Emma Bardak, whom he had a daughter with. Finally, he had colon cancer and died at 55 years old. But why do we think he was so imaginative? The thing is that Debussy always wanted to be different. He continuously said in a lot of his letters that he was bored of the music that was in his time. So how did he achieve this? He decided to step away from all of the rules of the previous compositions that famous artists like Bach had established in their time. We can see a comparison in their compositions right here at the bottom, and you can see how different it is and how it doesn't follow the same pattern, because this is what Debussy wanted to make. He wanted to make something original and unique that could portray all of his emotions and all of his passion, as my partner previously said. So this is why we think he was the most imaginative person we know. Thank you for watching.